make it a better place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line.
Hey guys, okay, so I wanted to give you an idea of kind of how I pack, what I pack for classes and workshops. And let me just start out by saying that this is I've had this a really long time, excuse me. This is a crop in style. It's like an XXL scrapbooking kind of a tote. You don't have to have this in order to make this effective. Just some kind of bag or multiple bags that can carry your stuff. So I'm just going to go through the different pockets and show you kind of things that I take with me just to make things easier. So the first thing I take is my grid paper. That way they have items to put down in case the hostess or wherever we're having the class, they don't obviously want their tables destroyed and stamped on. So I bring my grid paper. In the front here, I always pack my stamp cleaner, and I have my the liquid cleaner and everything over here. I usually carry Post-its and all of my adhesives. So I've got my dimensionals and glue dots, and I've got bone folders and scissors, lots and lots of scissors. That may or may not be something that you include for your class members. And then on this side, all I have is some double-sided tape, and I've got StazOn and my regular stamp cleaner. So that's that. So that's all I have in the outside pockets. Inside, I've got brown paper bags and some masking tape to use. I adhere them to the tables so people can put their trash in them. And then inside, I usually always bring my paper trimmer because I never know when I'm going to need to cut something. Inevitably, I tend to not cut everything completely right. And then I usually bring scraps of whatever cardstock I'm using for the project. Now, what I have in here is actually for a class. So there are 3 different projects in here. If this was for a workshop, I wouldn't have this much stuff, because for a workshop I only do 1, maybe 2 projects. So you wouldn't need to be bringing quite this much stuff. So I'm just going to set that aside. But basically, what I have are little containers, shoebox containers, and I have a separate shoebox for each project. So this for this class, they're going to make 3 different cards. And then inside, I have all of my pre-cut kits. This is the card base and all the little pieces that they need to create the card. And then I put my little sample, I'm going to set this here. I put my little sample in a protective clear envelope. And the main reason why I do that is because as they're looking at it and passing it around, inevitably it might fall into an ink pad, or somebody might drop a stamp on it, and I don't want them getting ink on them. So I keep them in a clear plastic cover. And then I usually have like a little stand, you can see that, and I'll usually attach the card and display it like that on the table so they can always see where the sample is. Because if it's laid on the table, Lord knows after you get all your supplies out, who knows where the sample's gonna be. And then of course I have inside this box, I have all of the supplies that we need to complete the card. So I've got, rhinestones and embossing folders, I've got ink, I've got my stamp sets, I've got my punches, I've got my clear blocks, I've got, what else? Because we're coloring Sharpies, I've got my we're coloring rhinestones, I've got my Sharpies, and that's pretty much it. And so what I typically do is when I'm preparing for the classes, once I've cut all of my supplies for the actual project, I will, because I type up directions for each of the classes that I do, I pull out the supply list and I get all of my supplies for each individual card, and then I load up the box. And once I have the box completely full of everything I absolutely need, then I put the card in, and I put the kits in, and I put the lid on it. And I do all 3 of them like that, or however many projects that I have. and then I just stack them all in. Today I actually am doing a little present because it's Christmas time. I'm doing little presents for my class members, and then I put everything inside my little bag, and I'll show you in a second here what it looks like once everything's packed in this tote. And that's it for this. I'll just show you real quick what it looks like inside there. If I can get it, there we go. See? It's all packed in real neatly. Okay, sorry about that. So the next thing that I have, because I usually take multiple big shots to my classes, because I don't like people to have to wait. So obviously you may not have more than one, but even if you just have one, I would get a bag that fits it, whether it be the doctor bag if you have that, or I use my 31 because it actually fits 2 of them. And I put my plates and the actual big shots, if you can see them in there. And I like this bag too because it has pockets on the outside, so I can put all kinds of, I got more punches and things like that on the outside. And then I just put that all in there. So I have one bag for my big shot stuff, and I have another bag for all the card supplies. And the other thing I do is I keep a little, I don't know, a little pen purse, I guess. I do have pens in here, and I have business cards, and I have my little square. I don't know if you guys have heard or do this, but I have a little square credit card reader for my phone. And so that way if people want to pay for the class with their credit card, they can. Or if they want to pay for like extra kits or whatever, I can process credit cards. So that's basically it in a nutshell, what I carry when I go to classes. And yeah, hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions or any comments, feel free to leave them after the video. And I hope to see you guys again real soon. Bye.
If you wanna play, make it about a place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind. You'll find inspiration. All I'm saying is you can do it. I wanna hear